At their best, Jalen Ramsey or Aaron Donald if you're starting your team?
Woo, AD, and that's hard. AD because I've seen him do it longer, and he's headed to Canton. Everybody I've talked to, John Randall to Warren Sapp to all the special guys that I came up with, they all say the same thing. They've never seen anything like this. He's awesome, but that's still tough because Jalen Ramsey, here's a guy who just loves the violence of the game. He really does. He's a corner, but he plays it like a safety, and he coaches it like he's a coordinator, and he has the presence of an outside linebacker. You don't see guys like that too often. I keep wondering, I keep saying this to Maurice Jones-Drew, how the heck did Jacksonville let him go? Really, that you don't let talents like this leave. So good.
But
The Rams
didn't he
have
force his way out? He didn't want to stay there.
Well, I mean, you could, with a guy this good, I would just turn a blind eye to what he says or what he does. And I try to make him happy because you want him on the field. He's been a difference maker. I mean, at times he's been your best defensive player, even with 99. But to answer your question, I'd have to start with Aaron Donald.
That's why the draft is so unscientific, certainly at quarterbacks. But how many teams passed on Aaron Donald? Like, what was it that they didn't see? Because I always say that GMs sort of talk themselves out of drafting a player because they look at the negatives more than what he does well. They look at what he doesn't do well.
You know, this is funny, and I was kind of there in the area when they were debating Aaron Donald, and it was split. You know, I never heard this before. He's a change of pace defensive tackle. What the heck does that mean? You know, I've never heard that. But, I mean, all they kept looking at was his dimensions. He's only 6'1", about 285 on a heavy day, on a good day. But if you just look at that, you'd say, okay, we can't take him in the first round. He's not big enough. But then you turn on the film of the Senior Bowl, and no one touched him. No one can block him. He's the best player at the Senior Bowl. So why wouldn't you draft him? So it was split down the middle, and I'm glad the right side won because, and even when they drafted him, he had to wait to start. They just didn't. I mean, really, it was just strange. I mean, the guy has been Aaron Donald since day one, and he had to wait to start. But as soon as they let him go, you haven't stopped him since.